Alright. I can't see myself. Alright. Alright, we're good. We're good. I just keep muted on YouTube. Alright. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the In Command podcast. And today we're going to be recapping the Washington Commanders versus the Philadelphia Eagles game. The Eagles beat the Commanders yesterday by a final score of 24-8. The game was it was awful. All right. Sorry, my dad had to tell me something. All right. But yeah, the Eagles they beat the Commanders 24-8. It was awful, man. We played absolutely terrible. Carson Wentz got sacked by a total of 9 times. We couldn't get anything going on offense, man. It was just a complete disappointment, man. Hold up. But when you sorry, my sister's yelling right now. All right. But when you see like a complete just shit show, all right, that's the only cuss word I'm gonna say in the stream. But just a complete, awful performance from the offense yesterday. Our offense is supposed to be one of the most explosive offenses in the league. The first 2 games, like against the Jaguars, we scored 28 points. Carson threw for 4 touchdowns. He had 2 picks. But we were like, hey, I'll take that. Carson Wentz played pretty good. And if he can play like this, minus the interceptions, we'll be fine. And the Lions, we couldn't get anything going in the first half. But then the second half still left us optimistic. And then yesterday against the Eagles, man. Like, I just saw it up close, man. I was at the game. Carson Wentz just can't move anymore. And I'm just gonna speak the truth because that's what I'm gonna do. In every video and every live stream that I make. But Carson Wentz, man, since his ACL, he has not been able to move the same. Now there was like one time where he took off and got a first down. He needs to do that more, man. I don't understand. Carson Wentz was awful. He was god awful yesterday. The whole offense was god awful. Offensive line was terrible. The only like bright spot that I thought, like, I feel like, dude, we should have ran the ball way more. I'm gonna get to all that stuff in a minute. But Antonio Gibson actually had a solid day. Hold on, let me look at his stats real quick. But I actually thought that Antonio Gibson had a pretty solid day. And I felt like the run game was working okay early on. It was 0-0. It was 0-0 by the end of the first quarter. The defense definitely played their best game yesterday. But the offense was an absolute clown show. But let me look up Antonio Gibson's stats from yesterday. Um, he had, he had 12 rushes. He had 12 attempts for 38 yards, 3.2 yards a carry, a touchdown, and a reception. But I'm pretty sure in the first half he was averaging like 5. So you know what I'm saying? But then when we were losing by like 24 and we just couldn't run the football, and like, to be honest, and I don't think that was Antonio Gibson's fault either. The offensive line was not giving Antonio Gibson any holes. I thought Antonio Gibson had some good runs. He didn't have any crazy runs. He had some solid runs. I'll give him that. Um, but Terry, he started playing pretty good in the second half. He finished the game with over 100 yards, but like, I don't know, man. He was getting locked in the first half, man. He was getting absolutely seatbelted by Darius Slay, man. And I'm just tired of seeing, like, I just don't understand it, man. Now, but in my opinion, like, a lot of people are saying that, like, all the wide receivers were getting locked up. And I understand what you're saying. But Carson Wentz could not hit them either, man. There was times where J.D. McKissick was wide open. Jahan was open. And Carson Wentz throws this dumbass sidearm throw, and he just throws it like right to the defender, and it's an easy pass breakup. Um, but yeah, he also fumbled like twice. That was awful. Carson Wentz was awful yesterday. That's one of the worst quarterback performances I've ever seen. That's bad, man. Like, people were talking about the highs and lows for Carson Wentz. Like, you see his highs, right? And you're like, dude, I will take his highs any day. But you see his lows, like his lows can get that bad. I mean, obviously, I don't think so. That was the worst performance of his career by far. But still, man, I mean, that was awful. But I don't even know, man. I don't know what happened with the offense yesterday. I mean, the Eagles, they're one of the best teams in the NFC. Their defense is top tier. But if we're supposed to be one of the most explosive offenses in the league, shouldn't you be able to at least put up a decent amount of points against a good defense? Like, I'm sorry, but if we play a defense like that, like the next, if this is gonna happen every time we play a good defense, then I guess we're not a good offense. Like, it makes no sense. Yeah, we tore up the Jaguars. Sure, we did. Yeah, we scored 27 points in the second half because we were down 22-0 and we needed to respond. Doesn't matter, man. I mean, I'm just worried because once we play a good, every time, because we've already played like two good defensive lines. Honestly, in all three of our games, we've played at least like a solid defensive line. I mean, the Jaguars pretty good. They got Trayvon Walker, and they got I don't even know. Oh, Josh Allen. They got Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker. They got some players. They got some talent on that D line. The Lions have Aiden Hutchinson, who's an absolute beast out of Michigan. I think he had like 3 sacks that game. I mean, he was looking like he was looking amazing. But yeah, man. Aiden Hutchinson is a beast, and then the Eagles, Fletcher Cox, that whole defensive line was amazing yesterday. Darius Slay, James Bradbury, Avonte Maddox. That defensive line, I mean, the secondary absolutely had Jahan, Curtis, and Terry on locks yesterday. And I'm afraid, I think the Eagles had this division on locks. I think it's time to say that. I mean, I just don't think anyone can compete with them. They're 3-0. They're a top, probably 2 team in the NFC. And I just don't. I don't think we can compete with them, man. I think the Eagles. I'm afraid the Eagles are gonna sweep us. But yeah, man. I mean, I don't want to have to admit that, but I think the Eagles are definitely gonna sweep us for sure. Because Carson Wentz, man, he just was not mentally ready. Carson Wentz is soft in the mind, and he didn't have his head right against the Eagles. And I'm hoping it's just that. I'm hoping we're not gonna see. We better not see a game even like similar. Or even, yeah, I don't want to see a game even close to that ever again by a quarterback. Chase said, finally. Yeah, man, I had some issues with, like, Riverside. I think I had, like, a setting off. It was, like, enable, like, an automatic start, and I had that off. But, yeah, I'm sure Chase is feeling good. His Eagles are 3-0. They absolutely tore us up yesterday. I don't have anything to say, man. I really don't. I was bringing that energy. I wasn't talking a whole lot of smack. I kind of was, but like not really. I was fired up. I was, I was hoping we would, beat the Eagles. I mean, we never had a chance. I mean, through the first quarter, man, I was talking a lot of smack. I was like, Jalen Hurts can't throw because he looked like he couldn't throw in the first quarter. I mean, our secondary was kind of clamping them a little bit. But the second quarter, that's why I don't think this game was on the defense at all. The defense, I think the defense played pretty good. This was definitely their best defensive game of the season. This was definitely the defense's best game so far this season. Only giving up 24 points with how bad the offense was. I mean, how atrocious. Now, I know that the Eagles definitely could have extended their lead, and they definitely could have scored a lot more in the second half. I understand that it was 24-0, and the Eagles were really just trying to run the ball and get out of FedEx Field with a win. I understand that. But at the same time, if the offense can move the ball, this defense probably would have only gave up like 16 points. If the offense, like, think about it. Carson Wentz fumbled, which gave the Eagles the ball at like the 15-yard line, and I believe they got a touchdown on that. or a field goal. Nah, I think their field goal they actually started from like the 25 or something. But when Carson Wentz fumbled, I believe they got a touchdown off of that to like Dallas Goedert. So that's 7 points right there that the defense really can't even control. And you got to think about it. If you fumble the ball in field goal, in like at the 15-yard line, the defense pretty much like you've already given up a field goal. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing you can do is stop them from getting a touchdown. And the Eagles had a really short field and scored a touchdown. Um, and the Eagles defense kind of made it easy for Jalen Hurts. Now I'm not saying Jalen Hurts didn't make any plays. Jalen Hurts was really good yesterday. But I definitely think the Eagles defense made it easier. Um, but yeah, I mean we only have one chat. We only have 4 views right now. It's tough, man, but we gotta keep going. It definitely makes these streams hard. Um, but yeah, man. Just hoping to get some more chats in here. But how y'all feeling about the Giants Cowboys game tonight, man? Because I know the Giants are 2-0, and they got a chance to go 3-0 against the Cowboys. Honestly, I'm gonna probably do a little bit of scouting tonight, just trying to see what the Cowboys do well. I mean, we kind of already know what they do well. I mean, Zeke is definitely slowed down for sure. They obviously have a backup quarterback, but Cooper Rush did look pretty good against the Bengals. We'll see how he looks against the Giants defense tonight. Which I think the Giants defense is definitely better than the Bengals. I think the Giants have a pretty good, solid defense. Um, but yeah, I mean they got a solid secondary with the Dory Jackson, Leonard Williams at the D line. They got some players, on that defense. Um, what was I gonna say? But the Cowboys, they got CeeDee Lamb. I don't think their receiving core is good at all. When they get Michael Gallup back, I mean, I think the Cowboys definitely could make a run for the like they definitely could be in the wild card race, and they could probably sneak in. I could see that happening with the Cowboys. Um, but I don't know. I mean, if Cooper Rush plays solid for them, um, and CeeDee Lamb, can be the wide receiver number one that they expect him to be. And that defense is really good. Trayvon Diggs absolutely locked up Jamar Chase last week. Micah Parsons is a beast. The Cowboys still got players, man. And I'm a bit worried about next week because we just put on an absolute clown show at FedEx Field. Um, and I said in my preview stream, man, I was like, if we are losing 22-0 at the half, then I'm gonna leave FedEx Field. It was worse than that. Just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, and I'm tired of it, because just when we thought it could not get any worse, this team will always find a way to make it worse, man. They just always find a way. They get you excited after a week 1 win, thinking this offense is going to be something. They come out, they put it on an absolute god-awful performance in the first half against the Lions. The offense looked okay in the second half. They put up 27 points. But, I mean, the Lions were being nice to us. The Lions were up 22-0. I think they kind of did similar to what the Eagles did. They were probably just trying to run the ball. And they weren't trying to, because that's just what a lot of teams do, because they're just trying to get out there, play it safe, and get out of there with a win, because they don't want to give, since they're up by a lot, they don't want to give the other team any momentum or any chances to come back in the ball game. So I feel like that's what the Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles did to us, and I feel like we definitely could have. I mean, I'm gonna speak the truth here. We could have been down like 30 or 35-0 against the Lions at halftime. Our team is absolutely awful right now. I don't understand it. We like a lot of us were predicting them to go 10-7. And look, it's still early, I guess, but it's the same story every year. We start out slow. We dropped to like 2-5, 2-6. Then we go on a little bit of a winning streak. We're 6-6. We're in like the 7th seed of the wild card. Then we get injured or something happens. Our quarterback gets injured. Something happens. and then we lose like 3 or 4 straight, and then we're out of the playoffs. Then we maybe win one game, and we go like 7-9 every year. Or in this case, with 17 games, we're gonna go 7-10. Oh man, it's tough. Because like this team can just never, like, you can't just go to FedEx Field and just see a nice win, man. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm ever going back to FedEx Field again. I think I've had enough. I've had enough of going to that dump stadium. Being in that clown, just being in that awful traffic. Um, the traffic is terrible there. To get to the stadium, I mean, it's absolutely terrible. Um, and it's just a bad vibe there. If you know what I'm saying, like you can just tell when it's a really bad vibe, and FedEx Field is the definition of that. Um, but yeah, man. I mean, I'm just tired of going to FedEx Field, driving 2.5 hours, going to the worst stadium in the league, and watching us get absolutely blown out every single time I go there. Now, I mean, I'm not gonna say that. That's probably the first time I've actually seen us get like fully blown out. I can't really remember a time. I feel like most of the games I've been to in my life have been pretty close. I went to a Panthers game like 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was like 23-15 or 26-15. Um, Last year we went to the Chiefs. Actually, the Chiefs game was, but the Chiefs game was really close in the first half. It was like 13-10. I think we were winning at halftime with Taylor Heineke, and it was 13-10, and we were driving. We were about to score a touchdown and go up 20-10. But it was 4th and 4. Hopkins missed a field goal. But that game was close for the most part. But then the Chiefs like really turned it up the second half. We ended up losing 31-13. Um, but yeah, obviously I didn't go to any games 2020 because there was no fans. 2019, I did not go to any games. I believe we were 3-13 that year. We were awful. 2018, I went to the game versus the Colts. That was a close game. I think it was like 20. Let me look at that score. Hold on. Let me look at that score real quick. Dude, we only have one chat right now, man. It's pretty disappointing. Colts 20 I think 2018. Oh, damn, it was 21-9. Oh, I thought we scored more points than that. Okay, so yeah, in 2018, then in 20, and then I went to the Packers. I went to the Commanders Packers game, the playoff game in the wild card. I think we ended up losing that by like 18. So actually, most of the games I've been to haven't really been that close. But the Eagles game that we went to last year was 20-16, and we were driving, but John Bates tripped and it got picked off by, I think it was Avonte Maddox. Or no, it was Rodney McLeod who got the pick. And we were like, I was screaming. We were all screaming. Everyone that I went with, who was Commanders fans, we were all screaming for a pass interference because we thought it was PI. They didn't call it, and they lost the game. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the division, man, I still think we can compete in the division for sure. But even if, like, I was talking to my friend today, Chris, even if we get to the playoffs somehow, um, we're definitely gonna be first round exits, in my opinion. And we shouldn't even be talking about playoffs, man, because I don't even know if we're gonna get there at this point. Um, but I don't know. Let's see what happens against the Cowboys. But but yeah, hold on. I'm gonna what time did the Giants and Cowboys play? Cause I'm not sure if I'm gonna stay on here for a little bit of that game. It's at 8:15. Um yeah, 8:15. Um but hold up. Did we only got one chat in here. Um but what was I trying to say? Oh, I forgot. I was trying to say. Oh, I meant like when we were playing the Lions, their D line, we made Aiden Hutchinson look like Lawrence Taylor, man. Like that's how bad it was. And dude, I feel like Micah Parsons. I want to talk. I mean, I know this is an Eagles Commanders recap stream, man, but like, dude, it was an absolute awful game yesterday. I mean, that's the worst game I've seen. Um, for, Out of all the games I've gone to, that's got to be the worst game that I've ever been to. That's probably, like the worst I've ever seen them play. Like that's just not putting up a fight. Like I'm giving my props to the defense, man. Let's clap it up for the defense. The defense was the only unit that fought in yesterday's game. Um, the offense looked like a little, like they looked like a little, it looked like little. I can't speak. How do I say this? They looked like some scared little girls yesterday. I'm not gonna say, any cuss words because I promised I would stop on that, but they looked like some scared little girls yesterday on offense. Carson Wentz was an absolute baby yesterday. Like, dude, do you know what I was expecting? I was like, all right, we're 1-1. We're coming, the Eagles are coming to town. It's Carson Wentz's revenge game. Everyone had that game circled on their calendar. I wanted to go to this game so bad. The tickets were expensive as probably this phone right here. Nah, I don't think it was. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not even sure how much this phone was, but the tickets were like 150 a piece, right? The tickets were as about as expensive as I don't even know. But the tickets were really expensive, and we spent all that, or my dad and, all the other dads that went to the game, but like my parents spent all that money, drove down there 2.5 hours, um, just to watch the Washington Commanders put on an awful performance once again. Um, that was terrible, man. I just don't understand how you can perform that bad. Everyone's like, I don't want to hear anyone complaining about the support of our fans. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anyone saying that our fan base is bad or anything like that. You would understand if you were in our situation. We're coming in the game. We're hyping our team up. We're talking trash to other teams just to look stupid 3 hours later. That's why I look like a fool now. I was hyping you guys up. I was hoping that you guys would come in there and put up a fight against the Eagles, make it a close game, and maybe pull out the win. Now, I know asking you guys to win against one of the best teams in the NFC, I know that was a lot to ask. At least put up some fight. At least show some heart. You play football for a living. And Carson Wentz just goes out there and moping around, playing like crap. I'm taking shots at Carson Wentz. I'm showing him no mercy. Um, Hold up. By the way, I don't know if my hat. I don't know if you guys can see the Commanders logo in the camera. I'm not sure. If it like fits in the camera here. Well, hold on. Let me get this on full screen. There we go. Um, but I don't want to have it on full screen because I can't see the chats. But since we've only had one chat so far, I'm just gonna have it on full screen. But I did get the one bright spot of going to the game yesterday. I did get a new hat. There was just a man walking around at the tailgate. I think he was homeless, but he was walking around trying to sell hats, trying to make some money. And my friend's dad ended up being really nice and buying me a hat because I wasn't gonna get the hat because I didn't have any cash because I think it was only like 10 or 15 bucks, and I have a wallet. I only have like $10 of cash in it, but I forgot to bring it to the game because I didn't really know I was gonna be paying for anything. Um, but I don't think my dad had any cash or I had any cash. So I wasn't gonna get the hat. But then my friend's dad was like, "Oh, I'll get it for you if you want." I was like, "Are you sure?" But then he said yes. So he ended up being he was really nice, man. So shout out to my friend Colin's dad. Um, appreciate him for getting me this hat, man. It's a really nice hat. Um, but I mean that was like the only bright spot. I also got a selfie with another Commanders fan. I think he was like 20 something. I think he was a little bit under the influence, but it's all good. um He's wearing a Terry McLaurin jersey. But the dude was cool. Um, I met a lot of new people at the tailgate. It was fun. Um, but yeah, man. Um, the tailgate was fun for sure. That was probably the only good part about the game. Um, obviously, like the first quarter, I was feeling all right, man. Like I felt like Gibson, was running pretty good. I was like, if we keep pounding the ball, then I think we'll be all right. And our defense was looking really good in the first quarter, um, or at least mostly. But then, I mean, once your offense can't even get a first down, you're going three and out every time. There's just nothing the defense can do. I mean, they're gas, man. Like, let me tell you guys something. People who don't understand football are like, oh, you guys gave up 24. Like, first of all, 24 points isn't bad, like in any circumstance. But with how bad the offense played, I mean, like if the offense was just having like a solid day where they were at least moving the ball, this defense would only gave up like 14 to 16 points. I'm telling you guys. But Carson Wentz, just he was awful. That was terrible, man. I couldn't be more disappointed in the guy, man. He let me down. Um, I don't think his head was right. I don't. I think just a lot on his mind, man. I mean, think about it. He won what? What did he go? Like 11-2 his second season. He was in the MVP conversation. He tore his ACL. Nick Foles came in and won the Super Bowl for the Eagles. Um, then Carson Wentz. So yeah, Nick Foles won the Super Bowl for the Eagles. Carson Wentz was probably pissed off about. They're not pissed off, but like I think he wanted to be the one to lead them to that Super Bowl. I mean, think about it. He put it together, man. He had such a great season. He put his all into that season, man. He put gave everything he had. Gave that team 11 wins. Just for him to tear his ACL and then have another quarterback come in, replace him, and win the Super Bowl. Um, and then about 2 years later, they draft a quarterback. They draft Jalen Hurts, which definitely messed with him because they're like, "What? Why are you guys drafting another quarterback? I'm the guy here." And they obviously were sending a note or sending a message to Carson Wentz that, I mean, if you don't step this up, you're not going to be the guy here. And I think that messed with Carson Wentz's head. He had a really bad 2020 season. Then he got traded to the Colts. Um, he got traded to the Colts. Then, he was having a pretty good season. He had 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He had a solid season. And they were 9-7 going into the last game against the Jaguars. They had a chance to go to the playoffs. He lost to the Jaguars. That was in his head. Um, then the Colts GM decides to get rid of him. So that's two teams that got rid of him. Lost to the Jaguars in the playoffs, tore his ACL when he was having an MVP caliber season. So the Colts end up getting rid of him. Um, so yeah, the Colts ended up getting rid of him. Then he came here. Obviously, we traded for him. Um, and I mean, he probably had a lot on his mind, man. You know, we started off 1-0 against Jacksonville, then we lost to the Lions, so we were 1-1. And then I think the Eagles fans, man, 20 buses to FedEx Field. I think they wanted to win that game versus Carson Wentz, man. All the Eagles fans have something against Carson Wentz. Now, don't ask me why they do. I have no idea. In my opinion, Carson Wentz did nothing but good things for Philly. But it is what it is. That's just how Eagles fans are. And I'm not gonna come at Eagles fans. I mean, look, listen. You guys have a good team, but I'm just speaking the truth. Your fans do not know how to act. Like there's some a-holes, man. Like straight up, like you can't have a good time with them, man. Like you see what I mean? Like you could just be sitting there and like just rooting for your team, and they get pissed off. Like, dude, go away, man. Like it's just things like that. They were jerks at the game yesterday, man. Like I remember, um Antonio Gibson got a good run in the first quarter, like an 8 yard run, 0-0. I'm like, let's go. I was bringing that energy. And then this Eagles fan, who's like a grown man, is like, man, what are you talking about? And I was like, I got to bring that energy for my team. He's like, yeah, you're going to need it, but I'm not going to let you have it that easy. Like, dude, stop talking to me. Like, why are you wasting your time on a 13-year-old kid? That just kind of pissed me off. And just the Eagles fans, man. And then I walk out of the stadium when we lost, right? And this dude's smoking a cigar and he's just laughing at me, looking at me. He's like doing a little dance. Hate those fans, man. Hate them. And I'm pissed off that they own us, man. They're 9-2 in the last 11 games against us. I'm pissed off. Like this is what this team does to me, man. Like we get clowned. We get clowned because of how bad this team plays. Like it's just not fair. Like bro, we're putting in all this effort to come in the games, buy jerseys, buy expensive tickets just to see you guys perform like that, man. Like it's crazy. And we're the ones that have to take the heat. I mean, obviously they're gonna get slandered the most. But like the fans, like when we walk out of that stadium, we're the ones getting, we're the ones getting clowned, man. Like, and we're just fans watching the game. We have no control over the outcome. You know what I'm saying? Like we have no control over the outcome, and we're the ones that look stupid because we believed in you guys, man. It just pissed me off. But yeah, I mean, we only got 5 views, man. This live stream, I think I'm gonna make a TikTok account. Everyone go follow. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it yet, but I'm gonna make like a TikTok account, another TikTok account. It's just gonna be like based on this channel. I'm gonna post just some of my clips from these live streams and videos, because hopefully it'll reach it out to more people, and it'll get more people to know about this channel, and hopefully we can start getting some more subscribers, because we were doing all right at the start. We got like 55 views our first video, but it's kind of flopped since then, man. We've only been getting like 15 to 20. um it hasn't been great, man. But hey, we're just starting this channel. How long we had this channel? What, since the preview of the Jag? I think it was since like the first week of the season. Um, like right before the Jaguars game is when I got this channel. So I mean, we've had it for like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks maybe. But we're still grinding and we still gotta keep going. Um, and we're only at 10 subscribers. I'm trying to hit 15 soon. Then we'll get to 20. Then we gotta keep setting small goals. But yeah. Anyways, I think the Giants Cowboys game is starting soon. Um, let's see. I can't even watch it on my phone because I have to pay like $70 to become a member because I just joined YouTube TV with my new account. So that sucks. Maybe sometimes I'll go like live for these Monday night games. Maybe not the whole game, but like the first half. I'm not gonna do that tonight though. Because I'm already set up in my room and I can't watch the game anywhere. But um, yeah. Only one chat tonight, man. I'm a little disappointed in the support, but hey, it's all good. I thought the last live stream, the one that I did with Chase on Friday night, I thought it was solid. We got a decent amount of chats. And then the one on what was it? Friday, Monday, last Monday. When we recapped the loss against the Lions, that live stream, I thought we got a decent amount of chats, but like at the same time, it was just Chris asking me a bunch of questions on here. So I mean, really, yeah, we're not really getting a lot of chats from like different people, and yeah, we only have one chat so far. um, but yeah, man, this team as a whole, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do, but some adjustments need to be made. I haven't even gotten to like the points that I've needed to make, and some frustrations. Um, but first off, let's see. We've talked about Carson Wentz. We've talked about how bad this offense was. We've talked about how this was definitely the best defensive performance this season so far. Um, and we talked about some of the play calling. You know, you know, how what's it called? How I felt like Jalen Hurts was good yesterday, but Carson Wentz, he fumbled the ball, gave him easy chances. Um, but I didn't even get into Devontae Smith was absolutely mossing Kendall Fuller. He was sunning Kendall Fuller. I mean, he was treating Kendall Fuller like he was his son, man. Um, the next thing, I'm gonna talk about the secondary. Um, because they were pretty bad. Actually, I don't know. Like, it's just like they had some like really bad plays, but there was some decent plays. Like, I feel like in the first quarter, pretty good, breaking up a lot of passes. Um, but I think the play that really swing the momentum was the Jalen Hurts deep ball to Devontae Smith. It was 0-0 at the time. Our defense was playing solid, but then there was a deep ball to Devontae Smith, like a 50-yard just bomb to Devontae, and I feel like that ended up changing the momentum in the game because the Eagles fans they started going crazy after that. But Ron Rivera, man, he threw the challenge flag way too late. Because like the Eagles, he didn't throw the challenge flag at first. Like, dude, you gotta look at the replay real quick, see if you want to challenge it. And he obviously did, but he waited till the Eagles snapped the ball, the next play, and then threw his challenge flag. Like, what are you doing? Like Ron Rivera, man. Like some of his like just decision making and his like awareness is just really bad. Like his game awareness is just really bad sometimes. Um, like I don't know, man. This whole coaching staff might need to go. Um, like after the season, I'm not sure. We gotta see how this plays out, man. We gotta see how Carson Wentz does for the rest of the season. I don't know, man. But I mean, again, like I'm just ready to move on to next week. And I'm tired of it, man, because like it's just frustrating how like your team plays once a week. Like this is the only thing that kind of sucks about football is your team plays once a week, and if they play crappy, then you wait all week just to see your team play, just to go to the game. Then they play crap. They play like crap. Um, and then you have to wait like another week to see your team play again. Um, and it just sucks because you got a long week, especially after your team, gets absolutely blown out like we did. I mean, like it was 24-8, but it was not a 16-point game. Like the score does not reflect on how the game was. We should have lost like 38 to like 8. 38, we probably could have lost 38 to 2. I'm not gonna BS it. Um, but like it's just frustrating. You wait a whole week. We were waiting a whole week for this game. They come out, they play the crap. Now you got a long week of hearing about how awful this team was. You got to deal with all this stuff about being clowned. How the Commanders fans look stupid now. How we were hyping up Carson Wentz. We're excited for his revenge game just for him to do this against Philly. Um, but yeah, man. Um, so now you gotta wait another week, and then like you wait 7 days or 6 days or whatever to see your team play on Sunday. And then if they play like crap, then you gotta wait another 7 days. And then if they play bad again, then you gotta wait another week, man. Um, it just sucks. But we are 1-2 now. Um, but I don't know. We'll see if this coaching staff gets fired after the season. Obviously, like we've only played 3 games, so we'll just have to see how the rest of the season plays out, man. But I just feel like this is gonna be another classic Washington season. Colin said, "Yep, yep." About what? Oh, I think he's just talking about. how I'm ranting about how awful this team was yesterday. But yeah, what have we been live for? 40 minutes. Awful yesterday, man. I mean, this whole coaching staff, I think, might get fired. I don't know, man. It depends on what Martin Mayhew wants to do. Um, but like in terms of like Jack Del Rio's scheme, it's still bad. It's still really bad. Um, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like there is some stuff that he can't control. Like he can't control the way his corners, play the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like the corners don't know how to read the quarterback. And it's frustrating as like I'm watching this live. I'm watching this live at the game and I'm seeing our corners just turn around and look at the wide receiver and not even look up for the ball. And it's like if you look up for the ball, that's a pass breakup or an interception. I don't understand. And Wild Goose, who the hell is that? Why was he in the game? We have no depth, and I haven't even gotten to our depth at the defensive position yet. Like everywhere. D line, we have no. I mean, the depth's okay at D line. We just have a lot of injuries. Linebacker, we have absolutely no depth. We're one injury away from David Mayo and John Bostic starting. Okay? Our secondary, Kendall Fuller, don't even get me started. William Jackson, don't get me started. Cam Curl was okay. But again, man, we are one injury away. If Cam Curl gets hurt, then we're done. I mean, then that's Derek Forrest is starting now. He played really good against Jacksonville. The Lions game he was bad. And I don't even know if he played much yesterday. I don't know. But who is Wild Goose? I've never heard of that dude. And they were going after him. They were picking on him all game. Jalen Hurts was just throwing it to wherever Wild Goose was. Devontae Smith was absolutely mossing Kendall Fuller. We already talked about that. But they were just targeting Wild Goose all game. And I can't blame him. Because he was awful. He was getting cooked every single play. Devontae Smith was owning him. AJ Brown was absolutely just cooking us, man. Um, I want to talk about there's one play where Cole Holcomb got absolutely juked. And this is the thing about Cole Holcomb, man. Like he's a really good tackler. And he's a decent. He doesn't really blitz much, but when he does, he's pretty good. He's bad in coverage, man. I'm sorry. All of our linebackers are awful at coverage. Jamin Davis couldn't cover. What's the word I'm looking for? What am I saying? I don't know. But Jamin Davis can't cover to save his life, and neither can Cole Holcomb. None of our linebackers can cover. Jamin Davis, like the only thing that he's like okay at is maybe stopping the run, but he has terrible eyes. He cannot read the quarterback, and I mean he's just awful in coverage, absolutely terrible. Um, but I don't understand it, man. This team was just it was a complete just clown show yesterday, and I hope I don't ever see a game like that again. I'm done going to FedEx Field. I'm sorry. I'm done going 2.5 hours, driving 2.5 hours of the game, going to the worst stadium in the NFL, probably in the history of the NFL. I can't think of a stadium worse than. I mean, obviously, probably in like the 60s or 70s, the stadiums weren't that great except for like Soldier Field, Lambeau, and Arrowhead. But like the last like 20, 25 years, however long FedEx Field's been around, it's been the worst stadium since then, but by far. Um, I'm tired of going in that absolute dump of a stadium. Like when you walk in there, man, it looks like a dump that you go and put your trash in. That you take your recycling trash cans, you take all three of them. They're like what in your driveway or whatever, and you dump all your trash. That's what it looks like when you walk into the stadium. The club level is nice when you walk up. You go up the elevator. It's a huge difference when you go up there. It's a lot nicer. I mean, I was talking about with my dad. I mean, the difference is crazy from up there. Um, from on the ground level. It's like when you walk in the stadium. Like, it's a big difference. Between being on the club level. It's a lot nicer. They got Madden. They got all the food up there. It's just a lot nicer of a spot. They got some gear, that you can buy. They just do not have anything on the like when you walk into the stadium, man. Like they just don't have anything down there. But the club level when you go up the elevator, it's a crazy difference. They just have nothing when you walk into the stadium, man. And that's what makes FedEx Field so bad. Is it's just an absolute dump when you walk in there, and that's why we usually sit at the club level because it's just way nicer, like in that area, if you know what I mean. Um, but yeah. Um, what are we live? 46 minutes. Let me check the Giants Cowboys score because I'm kind of gonna keep up with that game after I get off the stream. I'm definitely gonna be watching that game. We gotta see what the Cowboys can do. Um, and we kind of gotta get ready for next week. I just want to move past this game. I don't even know what to say anymore. Ooh, the Giants have the ball at the Dallas 29, but it's 4th and 10, so I think they're getting ready to kick a field goal. Um, but yeah. What's Daniel Jones' stats? Hold on, let me see. Let's see. Cooper Rush is 2 for 3 for 19 yards. Daniel Jones is 5 for 8 for 59 yards. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get off and watch this game. Wait, what's Zeke doing? Hold on. What's Ezekiel Elliott doing? Um, Zeke has 1 carry for 2 yards. Tony Pollard has 1 for 14 yards. Tony Pollard might be starting soon for the Cowboys, but I don't know. I mean, dude, I think we only have like two real views in here. Um, because it says I have 6 views, but I think that's just my friends keep joining. So I don't know, man. I mean, we only have 10 subscribers. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm gonna keep doing these live streams. And maybe we can just get some more people to join these. If you guys, I gotta say this. If you guys know any friends, um, you know, make sure to tell all your friends about this channel. Um, you know, but yeah, make sure you guys definitely reach out to your friends and tell them about this channel. Because we need all the support we can get. Just having another subscribe, just having like another person subscribe right now would definitely make a huge difference because I don't think we've gained a subscriber um, in at least a week. I don't know. And I apologize. I've been stuttering like crazy tonight, man. I don't know. There's been just something wrong with my speech the last few days. I've been talking way too fast, and I've been stuttering like crazy. So I apologize for that. Um, but but yeah. So make sure you guys, just reach out to any of your friends that you think would be interested in this channel. I mean, obviously, um, Colin said Commanders. Ask me some questions in the chat because getting low key bored in here. I'm probably only gonna stay on here for the next like 15 minutes. But yeah. CeeDee Lamb has a catch for 15 yards. Oh, I think the Giants missed the field goal. Damn. The Giants missed a field goal. Hold up. Hold on. Oh, wait, I don't think I can see if they missed a field. Like, I don't think it has that in the stats anywhere. Wait, hold on. I think it does. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, it does. Hold on. Kicking. Yeah, Graham Gano missed a field goal. Damn, I think it was like a 46-yard because they were at the 29. Oh, Colin said, is Carson still the guy? I don't know, man. Just seeing Like, it shouldn't be possible for a quarterback to play that bad. Like, I was thinking about this yesterday. It should not be possible for a quarterback that is considered, or at least you want to be your franchise guy. If you want Carson Wentz to be your franchise guy, or he's expected to be that guy for the next 5 years, maybe longer, I don't. It shouldn't be. You should never have to worry about. You should never have to think about a quarterback having as bad as a game as Carson Wentz did. Yesterday, man. I don't know. He's got to play really good for the rest of the season, and I need to see some dang consistency. Like, I can't have him playing really good one game and then looking like he's never played quarterback in his life before the next game, man. It's unacceptable. I mean, like, what is this? What the heck is that? Like, they're just playing the red zone. I think we were at like the 5 yard line. It was like first and 10. We were at like or my bad. We were at the 5 yard line. It was first and goal. I cannot speak today. But it was first and goal at the 5 yard line. Okay? Carson Wentz took the snap. I think Curtis Samuel had a one-on-one with, like, I'm not sure who was covering Curtis Samuel. Maybe it was James Bradbury. Maybe it was Avonte Maddox. But Carson Wentz took the snap. He threw it. He tried to, I think it was like a fade route to Curtis Samuel, and he threw it like sidearm right over Curtis Samuel's head. And it ended up being incomplete. That was just awful. Like every like there's one of J.D. McKissic. He threw it like that. Like, throw your normal throwing motion. What is he doing? Like, his mechanics. This is the problem with Carson Wentz. His mechanics are awful. Awful. His mechanics stink. Okay? I'm going off on Carson Wentz. I'm showing this dude no mercy in this stream. I'm pissed. Pissed with Carson Wentz. I'm heated. But yeah, man. I mean, most of the stream we've just been talking about how awful Carson Wentz was. And I'm a Carson Wentz guy. I've defended this man like crazy. When we beat the Jaguars, my recap stream was the title of the recap stream was Washington Commanders win 28-22 against the Jaguars. Where are the Carson haters at now? I posted a TikTok when we scored the first touchdown of the season on our opening drive. Touchdown. Carson Wentz threw a TD to Curtis Samuel. He was going off in the first half. I was like, where are the Carson haters now? And then now I look like a complete fool. Like the thing that sucks is, like, Carson Wentz has you going crazy. Like, he messes you up in the head. Like, he has you thinking that he's like a top 10 quarterback some games. Like, I don't understand it. Like, against the Jaguars. Like, bro, I was saying some crazy thing. Like, he was top 5. I was just going stupid, okay? I have not seen a quarterback really do that most of my life. Okay, that was the first time I've seen a quarterback lead 2 touchdown drives in a row in a while, and I haven't seen that in most of my lifetime. So I was going crazy, okay? I was going stupid. So forgive me there. But yeah, I was like, where are the Carson haters now? So he has you saying things like he's a top 5, top 10 quarterback some games. He's got you saying things like that, and then next game he'll go out and look like one of the best. I mean, one of the worst. Like, the next game after he has a really good game, he'll come out and he'll look like one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. But yeah, make sure you guys ask me some more questions because I'm happy to answer them, man. Because I feel like that just makes the streams better. I mean, like, you look at these, Washington YouTubers or any sports YouTubers, they have thousands of subs. I cannot pronounce any words today. You look at any sports YouTubers that have like thousands of subscribers, and they have a way better time than I am on the streams, because obviously they have a lot more subscribers and a lot more fans. They have obviously way more people on their streams than I do. But like it's my first 2 weeks. Like we haven't even had this channel for 3 weeks yet, so obviously I'm not gonna have thousands of subscribers. I actually think we're doing okay for the first couple of weeks. And we'll definitely grow from here. But but yeah. Um, let's see. Oh, Colin said, "Who can benefit the Commanders the most since Carson is falling off?" I like what do you mean by like falling off? Like I understand like he had an awful game yesterday. But like Carson Wentz has been falling off since 2017. Like that if that's what you consider falling off, because I mean obviously since his MVP season he's been worse than that MVP season every year. He hasn't gotten better since then. Um, but like I mean I get what you're saying. Like yeah, he's fallen off, but like knowing Carson Wentz, I mean he could probably come out next game and redeem himself and have like a 300-yard game. But seeing how bad he played yesterday, I'm not sure that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think at best he plays a respectable game next week. Um, I don't know, but who can benefit the most? I think the run game. I think Antonio Gibson, with Carson Wentz not really playing too good right now. I definitely think that Antonio Gibson has to get going. Colin said Carson had one bad game, but does that define Carson? Will he continue to go down, or is that just his mindset for one game? That's a great question, Colin. I don't know. I don't know if that was just like a one bad game where he was just like a lot of stuff was in his head since he was playing the Eagles, and that was a huge revenge game for him, and he wasn't really treating it like just a regular game. He wasn't going about his business like maybe in warm-ups. He was just thinking all about how the Eagles fans are coming to town and it's going to be packed. He's going to be getting heckled. Like I just don't think Carson Wentz can handle that. And that is a problem. That is a problem when that's your quarterback. He's supposed to be a leader and he's supposed to be the guy that stays calm. But Carson Wentz, I don't believe he's a leader. And I hate to say this stuff about the guy because I truly like Carson Wentz. I think he's a great dude and I think he's a really talented football player, but he just doesn't have the mindset. Um, I hope that this bad game doesn't mess him up. But I'm just worried. Like when he plays in crowd, like oh my god, week 10 when we go to Philly Monday night, dude, you might as well just play Heineke that game, man. Unless Carson Wentz proves me wrong, I don't. I think he's gonna play terrible at Philly too because I just don't think he's ready. Now, would that be great if he played really bad, um, yesterday, and then he has like the ultimate like real revenge game, and goes out after he looked like like he looked like the worst quarterback in the league yesterday, goes out, and proves everyone wrong and has a great game in Week 10 against the Eagles and shuts all the Eagles fans up. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know. We'll see if Carson Wentz has that dog in him, to redeem himself. But I'm hoping that Carson Wentz can come out against the Cowboys. He doesn't have to play good like great. Um, I just want him to at least look like respectable next week. He just needs to do enough for us to win next week. But um do I think he'll go down? I can't really answer that question. I don't know if that was just his mindset for one game or something's going on. Um I mean, I think it's just tough, man. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't think Carson Wentz could handle it yesterday. Um but I'm not sure if he'll go down um or I don't know. But yeah, I'm hoping that was just his mindset for that game. I'm hoping he comes out and plays completely free and looks confident again against the Cowboys. Because you look at the first two games, he was stepping up in the pocket. He looked confident. He was airing it out, taking some shots. And that's what you got to let Carson Wentz do those things. If you telling them to play conservative and just take, if you tell Carson Wentz, play conservative and not try to do too much, which is obvious, you want to tell quarterbacks to do. Like, you don't want them going insane trying to force everything, but you got to let the guy play free. And I feel like when Carson Wentz is just playing football and just playing Carson Wentz football, just playing free and taking some shots and just finding the open guy, stepping up in the pocket, using his legs, just using all the physical tools that Carson Wentz has. Um, I feel like that's when he's at his best. But there's times like his highs and lows are pretty crazy. I mean, the difference is, I mean, you can just see it like from where his lows are to where his highs are, man. But yeah, but I don't know how he'll redeem himself, man. We'll see how he responds next Sunday. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Cowboys are up 3-0. Giants got it at their own 25. Damn, the Giants have -1 rushing yards in the first quarter. Cowboys have 33. Cowboys have 3 more. But who do you guys think is winning tonight? The Cowboys or the Giants? I want to hear you guys in the chat. Who do you guys think is gonna win? What are y'all's predictions? I just want to hear you guys' thoughts on the game tonight. Colin said, "In command TikTok account coming." I'm gonna try to make it soon. Cause we gotta reach this channel out to more people for sure. But probably soon. Damn, bro, I think I'm sick or something, man. Colin says Giants win 27-14. Nah, I don't think the Giants are scoring 27 points. I really don't think the Giants offense is that good. I think the only reason they won the first two games is because of their defense. I think their offense was like okay, but like you look at the second game versus the Panthers. This is why. Nah, I don't think the Giants are even winning the game, man. I'm telling you, the Giants are a fluke. They're like, if they win tonight, like they're gonna be like a fluke, like 3-0 or maybe like 2-1 team. Like, you know how the Bears are 2-1 right now? Are you telling me the Bears are gonna be a good team at the end of the season? No, they're supposed to be the worst team in football this year. So, Giants fans, y'all need to calm down. Look, my team played awful yesterday, but I don't want Giants fans telling me that they're a good team because they're not. Okay, just speaking the truth, they're gonna fall off. Um, and maybe I'm just being, a hater. Maybe the Giants come out and prove me wrong. But they scored all field, or wait, did they score all field? Maybe they scored like one touchdown. Let's look at the Giants versus the Panthers game. It was like 19-16. Like, you just can't sustain wins like that. It happened with the Commanders last year. We won 4 straight games. Um, we went from 2-6 to 6-6. But our first game we scored 27, which that was a good offensive day for us. Then I think we won like 21-20. Then against the Seahawks on Monday night, we won like 17-15. Then against the Raiders, we won 17-15. You're not gonna win multiple games in a row like that, man. Um, Giants, Panthers. It was 19-16. Did the Giants even get a touchdown? I think they did because you can't get all field goals and score 19 points. Daniel Jones had one touchdown pass. Okay. But like still, I mean, they scored one touchdown and 3 field goals. I mean, like that's not great, but like that's solid. That's not awful. But I think they're gonna be one of those fluke 3-0 teams. Like the Panthers were 3-0 last year with Sam Darnold. Like you don't know who the good teams are. I mean, there's some teams you can already tell that are really good. The Eagles, the Bills, the Chiefs, teams like that. But like until like mid October, you don't really know who the like good teams are and who the really bad teams are. If that makes any sense. I don't think the Giants are winning. I just don't see it. The Cowboys are dominating the Giants in the run game so far. Um, I don't see it. But I'm gonna be on here for another 5 minutes, probably 10. I don't know, man. But We've gone live for an hour and 5 minutes. But this has been fun, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry, I had to correct myself. I stuttered for like the 100th time this stream. Um, but but yeah. Thank you guys for coming in, man. Definitely means a lot. Um, but yeah. Hmm. All right, but yeah, I'm gonna be on here for like 3 or 4 more minutes. But if you guys have any more questions, make sure to ask me those, man. Because hey, man, I'm here to answer any questions. Um, but yeah. But what I was gonna say is the Cowboys are dominating the Giants in the run game so far. Let me check the stats. Actually, well, the Giants now have 10 rushing yards. They did have -1 the first like 10 minutes of the first quarter, but that's because I think Saquon got stuff for like a 1 yard loss, but then I don't think they ran it much after that. But Daniel Jones is playing pretty good so far. 7 to 10, 71 yards. Like, I mean, after how bad Carson Wentz played, it's probably arguable the Carson Wentz and Daniel Jones, man. Like, I never thought we would even be in this conversation. That Daniel Jones is even near Carson Wentz, um, or even in the same tier. But um, I don't know, man. I mean, just games like that. Yesterday, like you just can't play like that. Now the Giants are at the Dallas 41. Daniel Jones is balling though. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a debate now. Carson Wentz and Daniel Jones, like games where Carson Wentz plays like that, like he did yesterday. I can see why people put him in the low 20s. But I mean, obviously, I think people who do that, are a little bit delusional. But I mean, if people see games like that, I mean, that's just what's gonna happen. Y'all got any more questions or nah? Probably gonna get off here soon. I've been live for a while. I got school tomorrow. Probably gonna try to watch some of this Giants Cowboys game. But yeah, but the Giants they look pretty good. They're now at the Dallas 32. I'm not sure who I'm rooting for, man. Like it just feels like a lose lose. Cause like, God, if the Giants win, they're gonna be 3-0, dude. They're gonna be talking crazy, and I can't blame them. Like even if they're gonna fall off after this, which I believe they will. I mean, still, man. Like, um, if they win, bro, like their fans are gonna be going crazy. Cause like this is the first time, they've gone 3-0 in a while. And just like us, man, I mean, they've been rebuilding the past 5 years. They've had nothing to get excited about. So I'm going to let them, we got to let them enjoy it, man. and us too. Like I hope we have a moment like that, man, sometime this season. The Giants are seeing success before we are, man, which sucks. But the Cowboy and then if the Cowboys win, then you gotta deal with the Cowboys fans all week. They're gonna be talking how they're 2-1, and we're gonna be the worst team in the. Actually, regardless, we're gonna be the worst team. Actually, no, my bad. If the Cowboys lose, then we'll both be 1-2. Like, so who do I root for? Like, I don't understand. I'm leaning towards the Cowboys. Like, I want the Cowboys to win. Cause I just don't want to see the Giants 3-0. Like that just doesn't sit. That doesn't sit right with me. Um, I don't know. But I can't wait till when we get this channel. To when we start getting more views and when this channel starts blowing up. Um, these streams will be a lot more lit and we'll have definitely a lot better of a time. And I'm already having a great time on here, man. Even I'm talking to like what 7 people, less than that I think because people are just joining multiple times. My friends are, but once we get our views up a lot, um, then these streams are definitely going to be a lot more fun. Once there'll be more chats and I'll be able to answer more questions, and it won't be me like talking the whole time and just trying to make stuff up to talk about. I'll be able to just really communicate with you guys and just you know to talk to my community of fans, man. So um yeah. We've been on here an hour and 11 minutes. I'm probably trying to get off here. But thank you guys for stopping by the very few views that we've had tonight. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate you guys, making the stream at least, a little bit fun. But hopefully the Commanders can step it up and have a better game against the Cowboys next week. But I don't know.